Is this thing on?
Oh, it's on. That's Vera. She's loud, proud, and, all things. Look at all these people. Look at them all. Ah! Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you. I knew you would be all under the queue. So welcome to this week's Uncensored Radio Live. As you can see, we have a full house, which is lovely. We're going to start with, of course, the king of ceremonies, master of our domain, Mr. Jeffrey Emmett. How are you today?
Well, my week started off great. Let me just tell you. Steve, I put a little thing in there, in the banner thing, just for you, just saying. So I got a massage on Monday, right? Which will be my last one for a while because of Delta. And of course, I had my Young Living diffuser going with calm and peace. But the thing that I really had that was special, kids, was I had Katie Underwood's Mantra Dreaming CD.
Oh my God.
Playing
Stop it.
through my speaker.
Oh my
Young
God.
diffuser right here. And there's actually a link, yes. And then, of course, it's just been a stressful week, so I used my stress away. And then I took some of my gummies from Perez Hilton.
Oh my God.
Make sure you go to
Radio
my
Lisa
Twitter.
Gibbons.
But
We get it.
listen, so let me tell you why it was a stressful
Whore
week,
on his
okay?
forehead. Whore.
So we took the kids swimming, as we do. We've been going every day. And for the first time, they saw fish around the big deck, in the water. And they were kind of tweaked out about it because it was finally clicking in their heads. They're swimming with fishes in the lake. Well, Tyler was losing his mind. Didn't the 5-year-old push the 8-year-old in? And the 5-year-old came up out of the water, was fine, and then it hit him. He was in the water with fish, and it was the closest I'll ever come to seeing somebody walk on water. This kid just started screaming like he was being murdered and was just gone very, very quickly. And then a little traumatic thing happened. I'm really going to take the show here first thing in the morning. So I was ordering a new dildo on Walmart.com. I didn't know they had them, so I ordered it, and I accidentally sent it to my friend Brian and Joe's house who just had a baby. So, guys, could you ship the dildo back down here? Thanks. Did you hate it when that happened? I had a big old thing of coconut oil and a dildo, and I shipped it to them for their newborn. And what? This is a true story. And
Walmart sell dildos?
I didn't know it. I was just
do.
Being goofy, right? And here's the thing. So Brian, we've always nicknamed him Big Cock. So on the postage thing, it says to Big Cock and Joe. So, yeah, I'm not going to tell them. If they don't watch this and they don't get to know, they're just going to get a surprise. But hopefully they'll send it back.
Oh dear, Vera. I don't know how you follow on from that, but
you're welcome.
How are you, Vera?
I don't even know.
She doesn't know. You've stumped the poor woman.
Yeah, Jeff left me speechless.
That's rare.
I
know. Oh, Katie McCarthy, how has your week been, my love?
Walmart sells dildos.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Take care of your mind, body, and booty hole.
Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Apparently, it's been a while, guys. I'm happy to be back. I missed you.
Yes.
It's been a rough month, but things are getting a little better. We're in September now and going back to school. Can't happen soon enough.
Hey, what's that like?
I'm just ready. I'm ready to throw him out the door. Bye, baby.
Wear your mask.
Look
how throw him out.
How is the lovely Luke today?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Delay. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I should have a story.
You should.
Yeah, I should.
We've only been doing this for over 12 months, but
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty bad. Look, my child's at kindergarten, so that's amazing. So I've got a quiet house right now. I've got housework I need to do, which I'm so excited about. And I also have laundry. Yeah, and work was crazy, but I can never really talk about work, I've got to
Maybe I shouldn't have asked.
No.
It's a bit scary. The lady that I like to call Queen of Lockdown, because she's just living her best. Look at the face.
Oh, me?
You, Katie Underwood.
Us?
Did
You
you
are the
notice
queen of
my green friends behind me?
Just
Ah,
looking
yeah.
zen.
These
Zen
are
as
the only
shit.
friends I'm allowed to see because they keep telling us that the first 4 weeks of a 5-day lockdown are the hardest. So that's where we're at. And there's no end in sight. And I've told my parents that I'll see them at Christmas if we're lucky. And yeah, my life is homeschool, lots and lots of online stuff, and not much else.
Lego.
That's the start
I
of
saw
Tina.
Lego.
Lego. So I just finally finished. I collect Lego architecture series, and I bought the White House before the last election, and I refused to assemble it before that person was ejected and the new one was in. So I finally have completed the White House. So now I have the Statue of Liberty to do and Taj Mahal. So that will be the
Nice.
highlight of my coming months.
She's very busy. She's
I,
very
I,
busy.
I
Still-
would like to say that I am an expert, Katie, on lockdown. So if you need some tips,
We'll talk after. Yeah.
And Katie,
Katie
you're
to
still
Katie,
doing.
call me.
You're still doing all your online stuff via Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
I am, yeah. I'm not allowed to see clients in my massage practice yet, and live events, we've kissed that goodbye until next year here in Australia. So, yeah, doing lots of stuff online. So you can look me up on my website, underwood.healing.com if you want to check me out. So, yeah, that applies to people in Australia and, of course, overseas.
She
So,
spreads her
Anders,
love
are you
across
gonna
the
be-
globe.
Are you going to be doing more ISO remixes?
I've taken a break from doing them on Instagram because I want to actually put them on a proper album. So before
Oh.
this 5-day lockdown that got
Woohoo.
extended to 2 months, I had booked studio dates to record. Sadly, all the recording studios are currently shut at the moment as well. So that's on pause, but I have every intent of producing and releasing a pop dance album in
Yeah,
2022.
girl.
It's going to happen. It's
You
just
heard it here first, people.
as soon
You
as I
heard it here
can
first.
leave my house.
Now, are you going to
It will happen.
perform for us exclusively before you release it?
No.
That's why you gotta go to Instagram. She likes those followers,
You
baby.
can't afford me. No. Oh, girl. I'll
Okay.
give you some really bad a cappella. How about that? So
I'll take
for you
it. I'll
guys.
take it.
I've done
That's my
actually.
area of expertise. Bad
Yeah.
We've all done it. So we have a brand new face with us today. Say hello, Brooke.
Hello,
Brooke.
So, Brooke, why don't you tell the people at home a little bit about yourself and where you're joining us from, etc., etc.
Oh, so I'm in Newcastle. I am one of the team members over at Newcastle Ghost Tours. So with Anna and Renata. And yay! Best way to describe me is black glitter. Like
That's the way we like it.
My friends like to call me a twisted Disney princess, and I like that just fine. So yes, yeah,
That's the way we like it too.
Yeah, I collect Ouija boards. I have 4 kids. Yeah.
So you fit in with the ragtag bunch that we have here.
I'm like,
The
I feel like I
assortment
was
of
just really
craziness.
put on the spot then. Holy cow.
This is the way we do it, Brooke.
Yeah.
This is
Get used
this
to
is
it,
what
girl.
happens.
Honey, if you need
They
something
sneak
to
up on
help
you.
calm you down, you can get
Oh,
my
God.
gummies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, we
I
have
do
to-
not yet have any sponsored products. My bad. My
Neither
bad.
do we.
Yes, we do.
Jeff-
And they're
Jeffrey's-
called My True Gummies. I signed us up as an affiliate.
Jeffrey's getting the word out there. All right, since we've met everyone and we know what's going on, let's jump into this week's
Hot load of hot topics.
Okay.
You cut that off kind of quick there, Steve.
Did I?
You sure did.
Oh no, it played on. All right, well look, we have to do it again.
Hot load
Oh my
of
God.
hot topics.
It played fine
There
for
you
me
go.
both times.
We're
Yeah,
getting,
me
we're,
too.
we're just getting the Katrina viewers in, the people that turn on and go, "Is Katrina on today? Oh, I'm gonna have to turn it off."
Don't mind me.
Don't mind Jeffrey.
Just gonna have
All
a little
right.
stress away.
Oh my god. This is gonna be our life from now on, kids, I
Yes,
think.
yes, it is. Just call me Barbara Walters. Have you
I'll
read
call
my
you
book
something.
Audition?
I'll
Then
call
use
you
the
something.
accent.
I'll
Thank
call
you.
you something. That's what I'll call you. All right. So we'll start with the sad news first.
No.
Ed Asner, TV legend, dead at 91. So he was. If you don't know who Ed Asner is, think Mary Tyler Moore, Lou Grant. More recently, think Up. Grace and Frankie, Dead to Me. He was literally performing in a play, I think 2 weeks before he died at 91 years old.
Wow.
Oh,
Had a good life.
Very good.
yeah.
That's a grand life.
That's like, if I'm still working at 91, though, I'm gonna be,
If
because
you're doing
hello,
something you love, though.
Yeah, it's not
if
worth
we're still doing this at 91, oh,
If we ain't getting paid,
If
bitch,
you
we
are
ain't doing
still
it.
doing it at 91, I will be gone.
we'll have to get Anna Renata in to communicate with Vera. Be like,
Yeah.
is
I'll do it.
Vera
I'll do
coming through? You'll get Brooke's gonna volunteer. But that's the sad news out of the way. Does anyone have any favorite Ed Asner roles? I haven't seen Up. Everyone gets super
I loved
excited
it.
about Up.
Up
You have
was
to see it.
Up
It's
spends-
really,
It's a
really
good film.
It spends the first half of the movie breaking you down, and then spending the rest of the movie building you right back, for lack of a better word, up.
Luke, it sounds like your last relationship, babe.
Oh,
Oh,
It's all right, you know.
thanks, Bub.
Like
Let's
to
just
keep
throw
it
that
fresh.
one out there. Yeah.
I'm throwing zingers today.
He's
kids.
not
You're gonna
wrong
catch it.
either, kids.
I'm not incorrect. That's the funny thing. I'm not incorrect.
Oh,
All right. Look, there's a whole lot of nasty stuff, so should we just get the nasty stuff done as well?
Like Steve and
Sure.
Chandler.
Like me. Oh, last names and everything. Oh, I've been exposed. Okay. So R. Kelly is on trial, for those of us that didn't know. His first male accuser has stepped forward to testify. He testified under the pseudonym Lewis, and he was 17 years old and at high school when he came across R. Kelly as a McDonald's worker. Basically, he wanted R. Kelly to be his musical mentor, to which he said, "What are you willing to do for music?" Allegedly, a big allegedly on this one, R. Kelly performed oral sex on the minor, then told to stop. Lewis continued to see Kelly, hoping to be mentor for his music career. He said Kelly sexually abused him on subsequent occasions, recording those encounters on an iPad and camcorders, and asked that he called him daddy.
Lashana was just bringing this up in the chat.
Duh.
The man's done like a Christmas turkey.
He's
Yeah.
a creepist in the biggest kind of way. I'm going to go to Vera because she loves outrage.
You know what? Predators are gonna prey. I don't think it's sexual. I think it's more that predatory behavior.
Completely
I'm
agree,
not
Vera.
shocked.
You know,
It's-
it's just what's upsetting me lately is just hearing more and more about his relationship with Aaliyah. It's just, I mean, you knew from the start, even with the vague details, it was terrible. But just hearing like just how awful he was to this poor girl, just and she just died so tragically, and it just makes me sad thinking that she didn't have much longer to live after all that pain she went through in her teen years. It's just sad.
Yeah, well, he's a notorious creepist, and those kind of people oh, hi, Katie. Those kind of people,
You know, I've got an opinion, right?
yeah. Wait, I was
Hey.
going for a music industry segue, but you can go for it.
Oh, look, I will express my opinion on this.
No.
So the first part of that was like, all right, fair enough. You go to R. Kelly's house, you're hoping to get some music advice. He goes down on you and you realize maybe you're not going to get what you came for. What confuses me though is the kid goes back. Now, I know he's a kid and therefore probably not so smart. But what I don't understand about that story is then he's gone back with some intent to, maybe that's why he's gone back, because he's recorded it. But I think it's ridiculous to go, oh, well, I went back because I was hoping to get mentored. No, that's bullshit. You went back to try and capture evidence. And maybe that's a great thing because his testimony now, hopefully, will help get a conviction. But I think it's quite naive of young kids to think, you know, it's a bit like Dave Chappelle said in one of his online stages, you know, there's no with respect to Michael Jackson, there ain't no such thing as a free trip to Hawaii. You know, there's also no such thing as free mentorship in the business. Everyone's out to get something, and if you believe otherwise, then you're more than a little naive. But look, unfortunately, a lot of kids get caught up. Their hopes and dreams are bigger than their common sense, and that's where the danger is.
And the problem is with predators too, they target people that they already find, they sniff the blood, right? They know that there's someone who's vulnerable. Like I know nothing about this kid, but I assume that he was someone that was very much just an easy target for a predator. And, you know, and this is what they do. And it's baseless of gender. I find that a lot of these predators just target who they feel they can get away with it with.
Well, it's power. It's not even about sexuality. It's a power game. It's like rape is not about sexual attraction. It's an act of violence, and it's an act of power. And this, you know, underage abuse is just the same.
He's finding people that he can control. You know, how many women in their 20s or older, people his age, are, I'm not saying it's impossible to find people like that, but wouldn't you say that a teenager is easier to manipulate than an adult?
Of course.
I think it's a completely different situation too when he does have that excessive amount of power as well. But he went to his, like, originally the first meetings were in music studios and the instance of the assault, the instance of his assault was at R. Kelly's house. In his garage. It's just like, okay, why are you making music in a garage?
But as you say, clearly he'd already groomed him and built trust that this kid just didn't see it coming. And you know, obviously, I'm not going to start victim blaming here. But I guess perhaps it's more a testament to the power of the influence they then already have over their victim. By the time they get to the abuse, they're mentally entrapped so much that even once it happens, they're not even sure how to you know, to move away from it. So, yeah, my heart goes out to the victim and everyone else involved in that.
Well, there's plenty more to come by the sounds of it. Brooke, do you know much about R. Kelly?
I do. And I think that the situation personally is, as everyone said, so this kid, by the time it happened, he already trusted R. Kelly. And so he didn't quite know how to deal with it. And, it's a shitty situation. It's not okay what he did. And it's, I hope he absolutely fries for it, to be honest.
Well, he's not got an easy road ahead. Speaking of douchebags, neither does this douchebag. U.S. authorities want maybe that's what he'll actually be called. U.S. authorities want Prince Andrew bad. So basically, the Department of Justice have contacted the Home Office about him coming across the pond to testify in the old Epstein debacle, and they're getting a no answer. They're refusing to answer at the Royal Palace. So earlier this month, so actually last month now, it was reported that the Duke of York was considering using diplomatic immunity in a bid to get the allegations made about him thrown out of court. Speaking of abuses of power, Katie Underwood's ready to go first. Hand up, go.
Question.
I love it.
So, what is the purpose of diplomatic immunity? Isn't it related to political crimes or perhaps differences that countries may have about their laws and what have you? Because I'm fairly certain that raping an underage woman is illegal in almost every country. So how is it that they're allowed to just go blanket, I can be a total douche, to say the least, and use this umbrella diplomatic protection for something that has nothing to do with international relations or diplomacy whatsoever? I do not understand that. How that
Jeffrey Emmett? I pick you, Jeffrey.
I'm having horrible audio and internet issues.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to hang on with the conversations. But
Prince Andrew.
From Underwood, I agree with her. I think it's all just bullshit. I think he needs to stop touching people's booty holes, and we need to just get rid of him.
Yeah.
Solid efforts. Don't keep your fingers out of people's booty holes. But this is just a case of, horrendous entitlement, right? Like, I'm untouchable because
Well, it's the same as the
Mummy
last
will
story. It's power
Mummy will
being
protect
abused.
me.
Well, did you
Yeah.
see the
Well, Mommy
one
does.
comment? I think somebody posted it about how they felt that Fergie knew about it.
Oh,
and that
knew
was the
about it,
falling
definitely.
out. The little
yeah.
conspiracy theory. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and she told that, look, there's so many conspiracy theories about
Yeah.
why Diana died and how Diana died that Fergie told her about
Wow.
Andrew. But
This one makes a lot of sense.
look, in this modern world, you never know. It does make a good storyline for the Crown, though, if they ever need to, spice things up a bit. It can get a bit boring at the Crown sometimes.
Frankly, I think if a royal of any country commits that sort of a crime, they should be stripped of all title and assets.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
how I would roll with that. What the Queen decides to do is up to her, but that's, if I had the choice, that's exactly what I would do.
Well, he's the
I don't
favourite as well.
disagree
He's
with
the
you.
acknowledged favourite.
I
So
don't disagree with you, but I think the entitlement of monarchy has kind of protected these douchebags forever.
Yeah,
Yes.
millennia.
so much so they have to breed out to make sure they still develop necks. All that inbreeding is not good for people.
Or like the poodles that have been bred so much they don't have any crenellations in their brain and they're
Yeah, exactly. Small brain pans. They bleed a lot, don't they? Aren't they all hemophiliacs because of the
all of
inbreeding?
Europe, yes, all of Europe.
Yeah.
Now I just have images of like flat, smooth brain poodles. Thanks,
I was going
Vera.
to say, is it the poodles that are hemophiliacs, or is it the royals?
Oi, I got it. They're poodle files. Katie McCarthy joke. Yes.
Wow.
Look, on a happier note, Cobra Kai is coming back to sweep the leg for season 5 before season 4's even been on TV. So massive success for like an 80s movie that really had no business coming back. But people love Cobra Kai. You're
It's
a
a
Cobra Kai, aren't you,
well-done
Luke? You're a Cobra
I
Kai
am.
girl. Yeah.
Look, it's a well done show. They managed to tap into that nostalgia in the right way. It engages the audience. They've got a whole young cast, with the original still there, with Daniel and Johnny, and it's just working well. But I really hope they can get Hilary Swank back. That's all I hope for.
That movie
The
was
Swank
terrible.
bang.
I loved when Hilary Swank was the next Karate
Come on,
Kid. They had
female
a girl
Karate
and-
Kid. Female
I
Karate
beat
Kid
the
was
shit out
amazing.
of that wanker. I was just like, oh, girl, get it.
What's she done
Get
lately?
it.
What's she done lately?
She hasn't
Oh,
tried
won
for
a
an
few
Oscar lately.
awards,
Not lately.
She was on that Netflix show that got canceled. Then some weird
Oh
movie
yeah,
that
about
wasn't too hot.
space, wasn't it? She was in space. She
Oh,
was-
wait, she was
it
in
was-
that New Year's
okay.
movie with the girl from Glee and stuff.
No. We were supposed to.
That's
No.
the credit
She,
you want to talk about.
she
on
was
your
in that
filmography,
Netflix
right?
show where we were supposed to feel sorry for her because she's a rich white woman who can go into space.
Oh.
Wait, wasn't
Well,
she just in
what's it called?
The Hunt? She was in The Hunt, wasn't she?
Yeah, she hasn't tried for Oscars lately. Is basically what we're saying.
I think another one. I don't think.
Can I ask a question?
She-
I've not seen Cobra Kai, but I have a question about Jaden Smith. Is he good, or is this?
He's
just
not in
Hollywood
it.
nep-
He
No,
was,
he was
in
in
the
the remake of the
Kid
original.
movie.
Oh, I see. All right.
And it wasn't.
So-
very
But
good.
he wasn't bad. I think it was just a poorly done like reboot of the film. But he was fine for what he was setting out to achieve. It just
Yeah.
wasn't what the original was.
All right.
Yeah.
with any reboot.
Speaking of poorly conceived reboots, did anyone see He's All
I
That?
actually watched
Oh,
that
I
this
saw
weekend.
it.
I have
I
some
saw
feelings. I have some feelings.
All right, we'll go with Katie McCarthy first, then Brooke, go
And
McCarthy.
that dude's in Cobra Kai.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
So,
He's kind of hot, but too young for me.
okay, so this,
Like that stopped you before.
okay, so
Anyway,
Addison person, I only remember her last name, but she is so bad. I mean, she is just
thank you.
terrible actress, and you know they're only putting her in it because of the whole TikTok thing, or is that what she's big for? I'm not hip with things.
Don't even know who she is.
But the guy's cute. He's a terrible actor too. Also, Rachel Lee Cook is in it. She's awesome.
Oh, speaking
And-
of terrible actors, I saw her cameo and
Bye,
went,
Jack.
"Oh, girl, this is why you haven't been around lately."
Oh, and the absolute saving grace of the movie, Matthew Lillard.
Oh, she's got a scream boner. Scream boner.
Listen, Matthew Lillard is one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood. Fight me. You're not going to
Okay.
change my mind.
All right, Brooke, he's all that. What did you think?
Oh, look, I watched it and I thought it was great. Take it for what it is. It was never meant to be Emmy award-winning, fucking incredible show. It's meant to be mindless.
And
And
he's got a great butt. Hey, he's got
Oh,
like a
right?
bubble butt. Yes.
Yeah, it was mindless for sure.
But he is
Yeah,
too young
and that's-
for you, right, Lou?
Like,
Remember, he's
if
too
you're
young
just
for
looking-
you.
If you're just looking to kind of like face out and just
Waste
have something on in the
time.
background, it's perfect.
Yeah, 100%.
Katie Underwood, do your kids know who Addison Rae is?
Addison Rae,
Your-
that's her name.
Your kids aren't TikToky, are they? They're not super
I'll
social
keep it
media.
simple. No idea. And looking at that poster, really don't want to know.
That's good. This is what I said. I said in the because like people are like, oh, I watched it. It was great. I said, there's a scene where they fling actual horse shit at each other.
There
That should
is.
tell you.
Right.
That should tell you enough about the movie. That should tell
They
you
have a
enough.
dance
I
off.
thought that only happened in German films. Isn't that
I know,
or is
right?
it Belgium?
No,
Yeah.
that's German porn.
German
A
porn,
Belgian
see?
waffle.
German porn.
Now,
Hi,
now,
those are-
now, Katie Underwood, we're not here to kink shame, okay?
You're
I
thinking
thought-
of Luke's homemade movies.
Yeah.
I've got some kink shaming coming up later.
Everyone's got a
God,
thing.
right. Bring it.
Yeah, Katie, this one's for you at the end of the show. You're gonna love it. Look, can we talk about a little bit of Schadenfreude?
What?
Beyonce.
Oh,
See,
gosh.
So Beyonce is the face of Beyonce and Jay-Z. I don't know why you'd want him as the face of anything because he's a douche canoe, but is the face of Tiffany and Co. to kind of brand them to the younger group and whatever. What she didn't know was the necklace that she wore is a multi-million-dollar blood diamond. It's 128 carat rare yellow diamond, was mined from the Beers Kimberley mine in South Africa way back in 1877 by black miners who worked in horrendous and often dangerous and deadly conditions. The $42 million diamond's only ever been worn in 3 occasions in history by a socialite we have no idea of, Audrey Hepburn and Lady Gaga.
Do you see a pattern here?
White women.
And do you see why it wasn't a big deal
Beyonce-
until Beyonce did it?
Beyonce's disappointed and angry.
Well,
She should be.
Uh,
Well, no, listen.
should she maybe have done a research a bit more instead of going, yes, money, please?
all diamonds are blood diamonds.
Work.
The diamond trade.
There we go.
is
I
loaded
can't figure it out.
in humanitarian disaster. I will never wear a diamond. And I
Listen,
don't think anybody should.
no one's excusing blood diamonds, but what we're saying here is no one made a big deal out of it with Lady Gaga. People idolize Audrey Hepburn. Why is it suddenly just this huge fucking issue in 2021 when Beyonce does it?
I'll tell you why it's such a huge issue. You ready for it?
Go
I'm
ahead.
going to do it.
Do it.
Because she spent the last 2 album campaigns, if not more, campaigning, doing great, amazing work for black rights and making sure, and college and all that kind of stuff. For someone in her camp to not have done their research on this is inexcusable. And for her to go, I'm disappointed by it, is kind of a piss poor cop out.
I'm not excusing her behavior on it. I'm saying people did not make a big deal out of Lady Gaga wearing
But this is why they're making a big deal out of it. Like, because she's she's positioned herself as the activist for it, right or wrong. Someone's done a fuck up, and that's why it's an issue, and that's why it's being brought to it to the attention now.
But Lady
Katie
Gaga
Underwood's
is the
nodding at me.
activist.
I get it, McCarthy. Yeah, Gaga is also somebody who's
Katie's nodding
very...
at me. Go, Katie Underwood.
Look, I've got a bit to say about this.
Yay!
Yeah, look, I agree with everything you've said. I think, if she actually legitimately is an activist and not just a poster child pretending to be one, then she herself should have known about the diamond trade long ago. This is not news. Secondly, I'm a little tired of these 1% billionaire types, yes, I'm talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce, standing up there and glamorizing that success means coating yourself in diamonds that other people have died for. I would much rather see her step up a little bit more and be doing some more philanthropic work. She's at that income level now where she should be giving back and doing a lot more for the community than posing in a fucking dress in a diamond and then bitching about it after. I'm sorry. I love her professionally, but this is a big strikeout in my
You're
books.
not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
I am
Yes.
so with you, Katie.
Underwood's come
Yeah.
to play. I love it when Katie's in a mood. That's the new promo. When it used to be when Jeff's in a mood, it's like when Katie Underwood's in a mood. We've got to catch her at the right point in lockdown when she's real fired up about it. Oh, she hates things. Oh.
But I want to know what Brooke thinks.
Yeah.
Brooke,
Brooke, do you have an opinion on Jay-Z and Beyonce?
I fucking hate Beyonce. I fucking hate her with a passion. Honest to God, and I'm sorry. I promised myself I wouldn't swear. I almost dropped a C-bomb just then.
Listen,
I'm
you
sorry.
can't be on. No, you can't be on the show unless you're going to curse. So start cursing.
Oh, look, I'm telling you, that woman and her handbag do my fucking head in. They're horrible. They're just horrible. That's all I've got.
Brooke,
fucking horrible.
Is she a cunt? Say it.
oh,
She's a dead set cunt.
Hey, there we go. Brooke's first C-bomb. Yay! Congratulations. Welcome to the show. Look at Luke
I hope
acting
my
all
children aren't watching. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've given up a long time ago on if you're watching this, it's uncensored. You should know mommy's cursing.
I think
Go to
Grandma
bed.
just choked on her tea, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry, Grandma. I don't know.
All right.
They told me
Let's
to say
get it.
cunt. I said cunt.
There we go. 3 times. Okay. We're going to jump into some feel-good COVID news. Yay! COVID news. So, in case we hadn't thought things were worse, a new, more transmissible coronavirus variant has emerged in South Africa, sparking concerns it could be worse than Delta. The so-called C12 variant was first identified in May in South Africa. I'm not saying that because that's too hard. Johannesburg and Pretoria by August 13th, and have been found in South Africa, the Republic of Congo, Mauritius, Portugal, New Zealand, and Switzerland. Isn't life great? Yeah.
I thought that Jacinda had them in.
No, they've joined the fucked bucket now. They're in with us.
Oh no.
So,
Jacinda,
so
you were-
Luke,
you were my
Vera,
heroine.
from a medical standpoint, opinions?
I actually heard about another variant today called the Mu variant.
Oh, nice.
There are 50 cases in the world, and this one's completely resistant to all vaccines.
Oh, nice. We're all gonna die.
Wonderful.
Oh dear. Well, Luke, you were very, let's say, prolific, without giving away too much detail, in the initial vaccination area.
The rollout, yes, I was.
Yeah. So, how do you think this will affect people now?
Well, look, I think that we're going to be seeing a lot of boosters, and it's going to be like an annual flu vax. That's just my personal opinion, because at like a flu strain, it's mutating all the time. So we will obviously then have to require annual vaccines. I think eventually it will be combined with just the flu vaccine, but I think that'll be the way forward, because it's not going away, and we're going to have to live with it.
This is the planet telling people someone's got to go.
Yeah.
You got to go, people.
Yeah.
You got to
Get
go.
rid of
The
all
people
it.
that are going to
Are we
go
voting
are
people-
the flat earthers, the anti-vaxxers,
I'd
the
say, are we
climate
voting
change
people off the
deniers.
island? Oh,
This is
this
just
way.
Climate
flushing
change
them all out.
deniers.
All right, the
Climate
first
change
person that can
deniers.
go. Did everyone hear
Speaking
about
of an
Candace Owens
anti-vaxxer.
trying to get a test in Colorado?
I call bullshit.
You call bullshit. You don't
I
think it
think
happened?
No,
Oh, 100%.
this is
she's lying.
real.
No,
This
I
is
Jeffrey-
couldn't
real.
read that fast enough. Can you fill me in?
Setup.
I'll fill you in now.
No,
so
so
Candace
that-
Owen
tell me.
is a famous shitster. Think Katie Hopkins, but she's like
right wing,
right-wing-
American.
yeah. So
Okay.
She's a person of color who supports Trump and his
Yeah.
racist
And
politics.
Notorious. Yeah, notorious. Yeah, all lives matter. One of those
Yeah.
ones.
Listen,
So,
the dirt
I'm
under my
calling
fingernails
bullshit.
are more reliable.
Yeah, and she's
bullshit.
caused a whole lot of drama with anti-mask and all that kind of things. So what she's tried to do is go out of state to get a COVID because she may have COVID now after saying it doesn't exist. You don't need to wear
Calling
masks.
bullshit.
She lives in
Bullshit.
Texas. She lives in Texas, and she's tried to get a test in Colorado with a private company. The private company said, "We are refusing to serve you because of everything that you've put the country through. Our company have worked tirelessly to make sure that everyone gets to live in a safe, environment. And basically, your money's no good here."
Yeah, look, I
Try
think
to do
any
it
business
down
has
low.
the right to reject a
Listen.
customer that's going to be a complete ass.
Medical
Mhm.
professionals are bound
Fine.
ethically
Yeah.
to treat everyone.
Yeah.
If I walk into a room of a neo-Nazi and he's got the Nazi flag tattooed on his chest and die brown people die, I still have to treat him. We are ethically bound. We
But
take
does
an
it-
oath. I call bullshit. She's not going to a medical professional.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
it.
also
It
too,
says
is
it's
it
a private
serving?
company of some kind.
Well,
No,
it's
But
that's
is
right.
it serving the greater community well to deny her a test? Because if they test her and she is positive, then she is bound by whatever the
Smells like
regulations
a
are over
setup.
there.
I think she's
And-
making it up too.
There's that far right conspiracy theory guy, I can't think of his name, who goes around setting up these false situations to catch and own the libs. I call bullshit. I think it's a setup. I don't believe it for a heartbeat.
It does sound more likely, Vera. I think you might be right.
I agree with Vera. It's bullshit.
Bullshit.
I think
100%
I think
Vera
any
on this one.
medical professional with any sort of
Integrity.
ethics would never deny her. They might
No.
test her and then tell her she's a piece of shit.
And that's it, Vera. How many patients have we treated that have called us cunts and called us everything
Yeah,
else?
God, yes.
We still give them the care that they're entitled to,
Mm-hmm.
despite our personal feelings towards them. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, Brooke,
oh,
what's
yeah.
your COVID experience been like? I know a little bit of it, so you
well-
tell me your COVID experience.
So I've been classed as pretty high risk. Long story short, I've got a few medical things. I'm diabetic. I had swine flu back in 2009, which I nearly died from. I was in a coma. Now I've been told so it resulted in blood clots on the lungs and a couple of other things. And now my doctors said that I need to get the Pfizer vaccine, and which I'm all for. I want to be vaccinated. I want to be as safe as possible. But I've had 4 appointments cancelled. 4 appointments cancelled as a high risk patient. And
but isn't it great that your
last
Premier is saying that everyone will be vaccinated by the end of October?
Premier can suck my fucking dick, honestly, because I'm not even going to get my first vaccination until September, at the end of September. All right. I'm
November.
I don't know. Well,
That's why when I see these political press releases and they're saying all this stuff, I'm like, but you're not telling the truth.
No.
It's
Oh,
not
this
the
is
truth.
news?
Gladys needs to meet a sniper. That's the only thing she needs, a sniper at one of the
Oh.
stupid
No, Gladys,
race
we don't endorse that.
But more importantly,
Quick, pop up that opinion.
The doctor's opinion.
you said it. You got to own it. More importantly, Brooke, it's affected you guys financially and stuff as well, hasn't it?
Oh, so I up until the 1st of August, I was the part owner of an amazing, kooky little cafe, restaurant, cocktail bar, escape room in the Hunter Valley, and we've had to close due to COVID. I can't work at the moment due to COVID. It's not fun. Guys, I'm driving myself insane homeschooling 4 children who are horrible.
Bless
but,
you.
Bless you.
Jeffrey and I have been through it already. Bless
This
you.
is why
I'm
Brooke
home-
needed to be on the
I'm-
show today, guys.
Oh well,
Oh,
Jeffrey's
yeah.
still doing it,
Homeschooling.
but I went through
Yeah.
it.
I'm like,
All right.
my daughter was like, Mommy, you brushed your hair.
Oh, baby, don't you call out mommy. She got up today. That's an accomplishment.
All right, we're gonna
Look,
jump
look,
into another quite serious article, but it's all about motherhood, so we'll go with it. Katie McCarthy, do you want to run us through this in
Oh.
shorthand?
You ready, Vera? You ready to get me on this one?
I'm ready.
All right, guys. So this past week, Texas has entered into, the post-apocalypse. Apparently, we are entering into a real-life Handmaid's Tale because they have passed a heartbeat bill, which, if you don't know what that means, is that abortions get banned when you can detect a fetal heart rate. Now, this happens at about 6 weeks, maybe. It can happen later. I've had 2 pregnancies that have come to term. I've had 3 altogether. And with my first child, I did not find out I was pregnant until 7 weeks. So if we were in a worse situation and living in Texas around this time, I would have had to have the baby. Now, with my youngest, we were actively trying. So I knew a lot sooner. And nowadays, women or uterus havers know a lot sooner because they plan. If they are actively trying to get pregnant, they will know a lot sooner that they are pregnant. But if you are not actively trying to get pregnant, 6 weeks is like 2 weeks after your missed period. Not even. You could blame it on anything. Your period's late because of stress, because of your health, because of diet changes, anything. And then you find out you're pregnant and you're stuck. This whole ban is just an act of classism, and it's bullshit. Because you know that wealthy white women and the wealthy white mistresses of these politicians will always have access to safe, healthy reproductive care. It is the lower class people, it is the average people who are being hurt by this. And it's bullshit.
All right,
You know,
Vera's ready.
There is even more insidiousness to this bill than just the heartbeat bill.
Yep, go.
There is a $10,000 bounty that essentially empowers everyone into some sort of vigilante justice where they can get $10K if they turn in anybody who helps with an abortion. That's the mother who might drive their daughter across state lines to get an abortion in another state. That's the friend who listens to the friend and helps them find an abortion clinic out of state.
Mm-hmm.
That's the doctor who takes pity on them and performs an abortion. Anyone can sell out someone for 10 grand.
Your nosy neighbor who has nothing to do with your health can rat you out and make some money.
Your junky brother, or your cousin, or,
Your rapist. Think about that. Someone can rape you and turn you in if you try to get an abortion after being assaulted.
Right.
Your rapist can make money off of your pain. This is what's going on right now.
Is bullshit. That 10 grand is just heinous.
I
mean, the abortion ban itself is reprehensible. But that 10 grand bounty, and they use the word bounty, is just fucking insane.
Where are all these my body, my choice people now?
Yeah.
Assholes.
Underwood shaking her head.
Oh, look, where do you start? I mean, everything that Vera and Katie have said, of course, and even that Jody in the comments just said, there's so many situations where women not only don't even know they're pregnant at 6 weeks or even 7 weeks. I found out at 7 weeks. But that there may be health complications. Where is the care for people with a stillborn? People with fetal complications and other disorders that can occur in utero, where you make the decision to end the life of a child who would otherwise spend their entire life suffering. Where is the provision for that? Where is the protection for rape
None.
victims? Where is
none
the
in this.
protection?
There's
None
also
in this
there's
bill.
no
For women's
exceptions
healthy,
for
they're
rape
just-
or incest.
There just
Nothing.
isn't.
Or
And
health
look,
of
I
mother
think
and child.
I'm going to steal an idea, and this may or may not be true, but again, one of my favorite comedians, Dave Chappelle, said in one of his specials that this movement against women across the board. And look, I heard what you said, Katie, about it being a classist thing, but I think it's worse than that. It's just a plain out misogynistic, sexist thing. It's got nothing to do with class. And it seems to be that the powers that be are conducting massive systemic retribution against women for the Me
Women.
Too movement.
Yep.
And
Yes, we
this is
love you.
them getting back, and
Jeffrey,
you
Jeffrey Emmett.
have
it's disgusting.
How do you have this bill come out when last time I checked, a woman can't get pregnant by herself? So the woman can get in trouble for getting an abortion, but the man, he's scot-free again?
There you go.
Absolutely.
I think Underwood's totally right. Like, it's about misogyny. It's about men
It's
controlling women's
sexism
bodies.
hiding behind the legal profession. It's reprehensible on every level.
It is.
And as I
Absolutely.
said in the comments, a woman should have the right to be in control of her own body at all times. That's my belief on it.
So does this bill even outlaw a termination based on medical grounds?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is no
Everything.
exception.
Wow.
Absolutely no
Yeah.
exceptions.
Wow.
And this
Okay,
is
so
This is
not
there was
okay.
someone that I knew that had a fetus with a herniated brain. The baby was not viable.
Have to take
And
it to term.
Had to be medically
Yep.
terminated. No, well, was medically terminated, but was quite a traumatic event for that couple. And I just can't imagine, had they had to carry that child to full term,
Yeah.
how much worse it would have been.
And
I mean-
imagine their grief. But what about the teenage girl who knows that she can't get an abortion, and if anybody helps her, they're going to jail too?
Mhm.
How many suicides do you think are going to happen? How many
It just
deaths
drives
are going
it
to
back
happen
into the black market. That's all that
How many
happens.
deaths
I'm
are going to
just-
happen from backroom abortions?
I'm just waiting
Yeah.
to see all these sexual assault cases and the predators make all the money off it, because that's
Okay,
what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And somebody said, I want to just, that if they go out of state to get an abortion, if they're residents of Texas, they still are in
Yep.
trouble? Is
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
true?
If they get caught, yep.
That
There is
is
no
fucking
bullshit.
criminal.
And you know how
in
you
itself.
solve this problem, Texas?
That's a
You
control
offer
thing.
access to free health, not necessarily free healthcare, affordable healthcare. You offer sex education. You offer access to affordable birth control. What the fuck is wrong with you people? What
you know
the
the state
fuck?
that has the lowest abortion rate? It's not a red state that has abortion laws. It's Colorado, because they took 1/10 of all their pot money when they legalized marijuana and put it towards sex education. They have the lowest unwanted pregnancy rate and the lowest abortion rate in this country. It's
Okay.
not about.
Amazing
We have
what
passion.
happens.
We have a lot of passion for it. As you said to us previously, Katie, this might be a show that we could do a whole hour on. There's a lot of conversation to be had there. So we'll put a pin in it. Bad Texas.
Fuck
Should
you.
we talk about maybe
Fuck you.
a pregnancy that we'd all want to go to term with?
Sure. Oh,
So the Rock has a twin who just happens to be a Morgan County Sheriff's Officer, Eric Fields. Man, look, I'm gonna be the first one to say it. I wouldn't mind being stuck between that
I
rock
was
and
just
his
going to
hard
say,
place.
I
Oh
want to
yeah,
I want to be in that
Didn't Burke
sandwich.
say something about the
I know
sandwich?
it.
I said that in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yes.
I want to be the
Brooke
ice
was
cream in that sandwich.
Brooke was one of the first people to comment on this. Would you care to elaborate?
Huge wrestling fan. To see The Rock with no pants on, and then his twin with no pants on. Jesus! Oh my God! That
But
is
were you a
like
China fan,
every
Brooke?
single- Look, I didn't want to see China's dick, no. No. But look, God rest her. Look, but in saying that, like, holy cow, these are the things that dreams are made of. I'm looking at moving and getting arrested.
Listen, Brooke, I feel like you just touched on a very important thing. I think none of this matters unless we can compare their dick size, right? Like we need to know,
Look,
are their dicks?
I think that there should be a thing. We need to call out The Rock and his twin and just be like, dudes, can we
All
have a side by side?
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right,
we
this
need to
is
know how
important.
many quarters.
We're calling
How
you.
many
We
quarters?
need you to drop trout.
Exactly.
Look, Underwood, you had a very
Like,
visceral
100%.
reaction to that as well. Didn't you?
what can I say? I mean, look, I have quite a lady boner for The Rock in general, but it's not just because of how he looks, but he's funny, he can sing. That's enough, the fact that he has a kick-ass body and now he has a twin out there. I mean, I don't know. I talk about finishing on a high note.
And,
I'm
and
for it.
guess what? Did you see
Just
his-
don't go meet him in Texas. That's all.
No.
did you see
Do
his
not hook
response,
up in
though?
Texas.
It was so humble. He's so cool, much more cool than me. I mean,
The
come on.
Rock's so cool. We all love
is
The
so
Rock.
fucking
That's
cool.
what makes him great. He's pretty and he's a good human. That's what makes him attractive.
They're
Well,
not alike
look,
unless we know if they dicks.
sometimes you
know.
don't even need to be a good human. Sometimes you just need to have lots of money and create robot slaves. Guys,
Yeah.
Tesla are at it again. They are creating the Tesla bot, which Elon
Okay,
Musk
what?
is getting around throwing about. The Tesla bot is designed to eliminate dangerous, repetitive, and boring tasks like bending over to pick something up or going to the store for groceries, Musk said. Essentially, the future of physical work will be a choice. Musk has also said the machine will be inexpensive, slower, and weaker than humans, but with the technology to recognize, understand, and navigate through the world. Sounds like
I
the
don't-
beginning of the next Terminator movie
Listen,
to me.
It's not going to happen. They can't figure out how to get a car to drive down the fucking highway without crashing into shit.
No,
They
babe,
can't-
it is happening. It's happening.
I don't
They're
think
not going to have a robot.
it's not necessarily Tesla's fault on that. I think that's
It-
user error on a lot of it
it-
because you're
it-
not supposed to take your hands off the fucking wheel.
Again, going back to my favorite topic, is there going to be attachments on the robots for like?
Oh,
Jeffrey,
Jeffrey, it's not a sex slave.
Jeffrey, they probably sell attachments at Walmart.
I don't mean
Yeah.
for me, but
Just strap it on.
I
You know
was
the
thinking
thing
for
I love the
Luke.
most? The thing I love the most about that little article is not only is this robot going to be helpful, but they will market it as being slower and weaker than me, so I get to feel superior as well. Like,
You get to be a white man,
That's
Katie
fine.
Underwood. Congratulations.
a living slave, and I get to be like
But
a
if we stop
pseudo
bending over-
electro dominatrix.
Oh.
Why did they find it
a lot of boxes.
necessary to say that it'll be slower and weak? Is this because people are afraid of the Terminator stuff?
Katie,
Like-
Katie
Yeah.
Underwood,
Steve,
Katie
yeah,
Underwood,
we
you've
call
got to
on you.
break out the PVC and the robot dog again.
Sure.
Ugh.
Photo
we'll
shoot
put
with
it
the
on
Tesla.
the robot. We'll put it on
Come
the
on, we're
robot,
not
and I'll
pissing
get
on the
robot.
Teslas. Come on.
I just want to know if we stop bending over to pick shit up, how long are we going to be stronger than that robot?
I know, right? Oh, I can't bend over anymore.
Listen, I saw Wally. I know what happens when you start getting lazy.
Yeah.
We all want to see the rocks, Wally, too, don't we?
Yeah, we
All
do.
right. All right, well, we're running out of time. We're going to jump to Vera events, kids. Are you ready to go? You warmed up, Vera?
We'll see.
All right, well, here comes the segment we like to call Vera events. Okay, ladies, 3, 2, 1, vent.
I've said a bunch of times how much I want people to get vaccinated. And this is kind of a pro-vaccine vent, but it's a broader rant. In the last couple weeks, I've had several different people look me in the eye and say, thank you for your service. And it took everything inside me to not say, fuck off. Because you know what? I don't want empty platitudes. The nurses, the frontline workers, the firemen, the police officers, yes, the police officers, the military, we're the people putting ourselves in harm's way. Thank you for your service is a platitude. It started because nobody wanted to repeat the injustices of the Vietnam War. So we weren't going to make any vet feel bad coming back to this country after having served it. So we started saying, thank you for your service. Fuck you. You want to thank us for your service? Don't send young boys into war. Fuck you. You want to thank us for our service? Don't keep polluting the planet to the point where we have these fatal storms where everybody's in jeopardy, including the fire and rescue who can't get to you because you're too fucking dumb to evacuate. You know, stop feeding into the death of this planet. You want to say thank you for our service? Get the fucking vaccine. Then we don't have to go every single fucking day to work wondering if this is the day we're going to catch something that could kill us or kill someone we love. Fuck you, don't thank me for my service. Get the vaccine. For every single one of us that's on the front line, get the vaccine.
I think you're a little fired up, Vera.
I'm so sick of it. I can't tell you how hard it is to go to work every day. I've gone to work every day for this entire fucking pandemic. 18 months while the rest of the country's at home making sourdough bread. Fuck you. Get the goddamn vaccine.
We actually have a viewer, and
And they love sourdough bread.
I don't know if you guys follow this viewer. His pseudonym is Nelson. He details this a lot on his timeline, how exhausted he is. He is a frontline worker himself, and he's just right there. There he is.
Don't thank me. Thank you. Yes.
And it goes into great detail about how exhausted he is, about how hard he's been working and how stupid these people are. And, you know, and I get it. As nurses, Nelson, Luke, Vera, you guys go to work and you see these people put your families in danger, put you in danger. And I can see how that would get exhausting because you're still bound to save their lives, even though they have so blatantly disrespected yours.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
All right, guys. Well, Vera did mention it, so we would be remiss not to, send our love and support to the people of New Orleans who just copped Hurricane Ida, but also New York is underwater. But you know what? Not necessarily having the worst time. Some people.
I mean, talk about making lemonade out of lemons, man.
What you can't
It's
see
incredibly dangerous.
Okay.
It's a Darwin experiment waiting to happen.
He's got his hookah.
Come on.
Okay. Also, so if that wasn't weird enough for you, we're going to end this week on this week's What the Fuck Weekly. What the? Now, I didn't even realize that Katie Underwood was going to be on this week. Babe, you're going to love this one.
Oh, it's not Gwyneth Candle.
I don't know if
again,
does everyone remember the bodybuilder from Kazakhstan who married his sex doll?
Oh,
yeah.
I did not, but that filed us under things I didn't need to know, but go ahead.
Well, you do need to know because the relationship is over.
Oh.
He's found a new lover.
Let's see.
I'm
I thought
devastated.
maybe she left him.
No,
anime?
he's found a new lover. He's pansexual. He's pansexual. It's an ashtray.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, look, this guy needs some serious help.
He is
What's
just
going
trying to get
on?
some attention, honey. He needs Jesus. He needs
He
to go
does
to
need-
church and a fucking therapist, and he should go to Katie Underwood get some.
Sound healing.
Don't send it to me.
I'm gonna send that son of a bitch.
Jeff,
Your service.
would you say, Jeffrey, that he needs some CBD gummies?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna send him some purification oil from Young Living and CBD nitrogen gummies from Perez Hilton.
But Katie, the ashtray wouldn't be
Okay,
allowed
that
in
would be-
studio anyway. The metal would echo. It'd be not good. It'd be not a good situation. And the smell.
Look, the man is clearly
I think the
positive
crazy.
something, and he just
Unbalanced.
can't accept his own sexuality. I think really to cut through all the sensationalism, what I'm seeing there is highly likely a gay man who for multiple cultural, perhaps religious reasons, is not allowed to be gay. And so it's easier for him to be some freaky sex doll dude or to have some attachment to inanimate objects. I think that's very, very sad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
was-
if he came to my clinic, I'd be like, I can't help you.
Right.
And please don't off my table.
I was so hoping the sex doll.
You
divorced
need
him.
prescriptions.
No, the problem is he wants to start a relationship with the ashtray, but he's still legally married to the sex doll.
Oh,
How
I
did
was
he
so
get
hoping she
legally
was
married
pursuing
to the?
legal
Because there's too many dickhead bureaucrats. That's
It's
why.
Kazakhstan. That's all I'm gonna say. Brooke, have you ever been married to an inanimate object?
Oh, the question is
My
that.
first husband's a really nice guy. But that was mean. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, not an inanimate one.
Not inanimate, but oh look. And look, just to make the world a better place, kids, go out today and listen to some brand new ABBA music. They're back after 40 years of not doing anything. They've got avatars where they're looking like their hot young selves. They're gonna make fucking billions upon billions of dollars. But do you know what? I would be there. When I can go to the UK, I'm gonna get fucking wasted and go to the ABBA show and dance my little gay ass, or not little, big fat gay ass off. And be like,
That was an ad. I'm like, what is this? A new Power Ranger movie? And then when I realized what it was, I was like, why are they dressed like the fucking Power Rangers? What's
Yes,
going
because they're
on?
going on a voyage. It's going to be fucking amazing. Get on board, Jeff. Katie Underwood, you don't need your bandmates. You can just do a fucking robot reunion.
Too much CBD gummies.
It's the way of the future. We're all going to be avatars by the end of it. We just want to
God,
show
I
up.
hope
Who
so.
says we're not now?
One of the most encouraging things about this, other than giving ABBA more airplay, is I think it sets a great new message for musicians, is that the pop music game does not have to be a young person's game.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all in
These
70s.
people
They're all in their
are
70s.
older than God, but they're still just as talented, and I will fucking support any product or any concert tour that they bring out.
Did you hear the music yet, Katie?
No, I haven't heard
Oh,
it.
their
but
voice,
I don't
the
care.
girls'
I'm sure it'll
voices
be
are
amazing.
still
Oh yeah. So
beautiful.
I think it's great. I hope it paves the way for another generation of pop bands to spring up like mushrooms all over the world. I think.
All right, well, Katie Underwood, thank you for joining us today. So make sure you jump on
welcome.
Instagram, Facebook, all of the everything, and follow Katie Underwood, healing the world through sound and her sassy attitude every day.
And don't forget to
living
go
her-
on iTunes and buy her CD, damn it.
Yeah, do everything for Katie. She loves it. It's a pandemic. She needs the help, the kids. Everyone needs
Oh,
help.
wow.
me.
Katie,
Katie?
make sure you follow Katie for all your. She loves horror. Oh, we did. Talk about Uncensored Horror quickly. Go.
Oh, guys, we just did a new uncensored horror about the 1992 film Candyman. It was brilliant. It was my first film that we did that I gave 5 out of 5 to. I think you need to watch because we dive real deep into it. You know, bees, violence, social commentary. It's all
Yep.
there. We got it all.
Luke, obviously we also got
Yeah, I was
a
there with
copyright warning. So
We did. It got just due to a production still, actually, while we were talking about the actor and the character, it banned the video from Facebook. So we've disputed
might
that. It's
re-upload
still
it on
on
YouTube.
it's still on YouTube anyway, but whatever,
And
what
Twitter.
can you do?
and Twitter.
And it's
Jeffrey Emmett, besides plugging everything under the sun, you got anything exciting going on the next week or so?
Where's my banner? No, I
It's
put
right
a new
there.
banner in there.
Oh
put
yeah,
a
I
new
know you
banner
want
in
the
there.
new one.
Yes, I'll
I'm
go ahead.
doing
I'll wait.
both, girl.
I'm not
Look.
in nowhere. I got nowhere to be.
You got nowhere to be.
Oh,
Here's
there
just-
you go. Look at there you go. You can go get you some Young Living products, get you some stress away, and then get you Katie Underwood CD on iTunes. Thank you.
You're going. All right, you've done good. Vera, you don't have any social media. You're just angry about life, and we love you for
I
it.
will be at work treating ingrates who are unvaccinated.
She
and
will
talking
be.
shit
You know
about
what?
And
Hey, folks, stay tuned because I'm dragging Vera to the theater for Scream's 25th anniversary. Will we scare Vera to death? Yes, we will. Stay tuned.
thank you very much, Brooke, for joining us today. You survived. You
I
survived
love
your
you.
trial by fire.
you
Congratulations.
killed it.
Oh,
You
thanks.
killed it,
I
Brooke.
mean,
We hope
you
you had
guys
a
are
good time.
welcome. You're so welcome.
Damn,
I
she
love
fits
this
in
bitch.
well.
All right,
I'd like to
guys.
Of course
point
you do.
out
Everyone
for-
does.
I would like to point out before we go, we did have a record-setting number of the use of the word cunt several weeks ago. Today we have a record-breaking number of the word booty hole.
Booty hole! It's the Booty Hole Show, guys. All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next week on UCR Live. Take it easy, stay safe. We love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, that's not the titles.
No,
False
it's not.
ending. False
And
ending.
wait for us after credits for that
Bye.
Brady Bunch moment.
Look, we're too dysfunctional to be the Brady Bunch, but we'll try. Ready, go. Na 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 da 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 da. We're not doing a theme song because it's gonna cost us money. Da 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 da. Ooh